His name is
My,
Ahaya.
my name is D'Artagnan Smith.
D'Artagnan Smith. Man, what a regal name, D'Artagnan.
That it
I mean,
is.
you got to think about that, lawyer. You walk up back in the day. What's your name? You want to know it? I'm you throw that cape to the back.
Mm.
I'm D'Artagnan.
Telling the sword fight.
You know what I
God,
mean?
God.
You hurt the game. You hurt the game with that name.
Look
Lord
what I
have
did
mercy.
game today.
And I'm gonna tell you, boy, you better be lucky you didn't grow up where I lived at. You okay. D'Artagnan Smith, and you raise your hand, man. Let me tell you, you have to transfer schools where I come from, man. We've been asking you, yo, where's your sword? Where's the other musketeers at? What's going on? But talk to me, D'Artagnan.
I have been waiting for this lesson for months.
You said you've been waiting for this lesson for months.
Months.
Yeah, hey man, let me tell you, the Most High does it when he do it, right? But why? What in particular?
When that movie Troy came out, and you were talking about how everybody was losing their mind over Helen of Troy being portrayed by a black woman.
Yeah.
Ancient Troy wasn't just a myth. What mythology means is the spoken histories of a people.
But you know who ancient Troy was?
Those were the Hittites.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. I got proof that the Spartans were Danites.
Okay.
So when you see that story of Troy, you're going to see it entirely different based on some history I'm going to drop very soon. Are you in the academy?
I've been in the academy. I'm not in this current one.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. After I teach it in the academy, I'm going to teach it out here in front of everybody, so you'll get it soon. But I drop new history and all that. Believe it or not, when it comes to the legend of Troy, that goes right back to some of the Danites were there.
Well, there's a difference between Troy and 300. 300 had Leonidas and the Spartans fighting
Yep.
against the Persians.
Yep.
Troy is when Greece in the Odyssey and Odysseus, all of that went down, which
Yep.
was
Okay.
a different point.
Yeah. I think you're right because I believe, but I was talking about the Spartans. But really,
Right.
if they're going back to Troy, Odyssey is really pre-flood.
Well, this is what I've learned, and I can present you the research.
Okay, what you got? Talk to me.
The Trojans were Hittites.
Okay, I'm gonna
Now-
write it down because I'm not gonna deny what you're saying because it could be something to it. So,
Well, there definitely is.
okay. You said who's the Hittites?
Trojans.
Okay, I'm gonna look into it now. Now, what type of history you have to prove that?
What type of research do I have?
Yeah, what type of historical references you have to prove that the Trojans were Hittites? And I'm not challenging you. It's the first it's the first I've heard that.
You can look it up on Wikipedia, because this is how I was talking with AI, trying to figure out like why you keep
Oh,
bringing
you
up
talking to
this.
him again, huh?
Well, of course.
I'm just messing with you. I tell you, man, I try to stay as much away from AI as possible and get real books. If you got some cameras around here, because I'm gonna tell you, AI's job also is to twist reality and give you an alternative. Some of the stuff they say is true, but other things it intertwines and creates revisionist history to keep people going in a circle. I've seen that. But go ahead. But I'm not going to discount it because a lot of things. But some people swear by AI as a shortcut, not understanding that AI things were programmed into AI. Where he'll give. I've seen. Oh, matter of fact, there's proof that AI lies to people too.
I understand that.
Okay, but still, they might be true right here. I try to stay away from it. But go ahead. So I'm gonna look into that. Regardless of that, because I'm gonna look at the references and see if there's some hard books on what you're saying. But go on.
So when Troy fell, King Aeneas from Troy fled from Troy and went into Italy.
Okay.
Now, this Hittite who fled from Troy into Italy, he settled on this hill 12 miles southeast of the Seven Hills of Rome and started a city called Alba Longa.
Okay, then let's talk about that real quick. Because sometimes through their Gentile legends, they're actually speaking of true stories where the Bible has the correct narrative for it. Or sometimes there's a conflation of different time periods for these Gentile legends. We talked about this, Elder Lawyer, in the academy, how the mythology, sometimes it twists different time periods all into one legend. It's the Bible that actually resolves these Gentiles' inconsistencies concerning history. That's why I say you got to be in this academy. We just talked about this. Because what you're just saying, you know who that's really talking about? Going into Rome, seven hills and all that, and creating the first religion. Guess who the Bible refers to that as? D'Artagnan?
I'm not sure.
Zepho. The grandson of Esau is that same character. So that's why I'm saying you got to be careful, because sometimes Gentile legends, it conflict time periods and all and make it into one story.
Well, this is a difference. I understand that Zepho went into Kittim and founded Greece and Rome. That's how Greece was able to go to war against Troy.
Okay, so what you're talking is subsequent to Zepho? After Zepho?
Yes, after. This is after.
Interesting. You have my ear. So I'll tell you what, D'Artagnan, because I like the way you think. What time can I call you tomorrow?
Anytime in the morning before noon, or anytime around this time.
Okay, well, I'm going to pull some stuff up and we're going to talk, young man, because this is quite interesting. But I can't have a full,
Conversation about?
mind joust
But if I
while
can-
building. But go ahead, bring your point all the way home, and then I'll go to the next call.
It's crazy. If there's only one thing I can show, is it's crazy how it all comes together. So Aeneas went to Alba Longa. After inbreeding, they had Romulus and Remus. Romulus and Remus ended up creating the city of Rome. Generations later, after inbreeding, they had the Haredi and the Curedi brothers, who fought over who's going to be the dominant power from Rome or Alba Longa.
Now, let me ask you, are you reading an AI thread?
No,
Okay, go on.
not right now.
Not right now, but you were.
Yeah.
Well, do me a favor, because I don't want to put too many things out there that can possibly confuse people and get off topic. Let me talk to you, and let's bring this into a concise study to examine. I'm not saying right or wrong. I think it's interesting. So I'll call you tomorrow and we'll talk about it. All right?
But if there's one thing that I could just have you look up right now,
Go ahead.
It's called the Bellamy Salute.
Okay, let me look at the Bellamy Salute.
Yes, sir.
All right, 1 second.
Bellamy.
1 second. Okay, the Bellamy Salute was a hand gesture used by the Americans while reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. You talking about when they put the right hand over their heart?
This is where it gets crazy and you can go to the Wikipedia page and it'll show you the picture
I see it.
of American children.
I'm looking at it.
Do you see where the time frame is?
The time frame for the Bellamy Salute is what, 1941. Interesting.
But when did it start? It was like 1892.
1892 to to 1942.
So from the time of the Civil War, we being let out of slavery, they were doing that salute up until World War II. And then it was placed on the Nazis. So they were doing that.
Oh, you
here
talking
in
about the
America.
Heil Hitler, the Nazi Heil Hitler thing?
Yeah, if you think about that, they were doing that here in America during Civil War, Jim Crow, all the way up until World War II started.
Man, they was tripping. So how does this bring us around? You went from the Hittites to the Seven Hills of Rome to the Bellamy Salute. Is there a common thread here, or?
So with the Haredi and the Caredi brothers, that's where the oath of the Horati comes from. And that's that, if you look up the oath of the Haredi, that's where that salute comes from. And it was the war between Rome and Alba Longa.
Oh, so what you're saying in a nutshell, this could be an Edomite signature in plain sight.
It's exactly what that means. And the Horati, that's the Roman dialect of the word Hatti, H-A-T-T-I, in which in the Canaanite language, that means Hittite.
Okay. Well, brother, interesting stuff. And because they do a lot of secret ceremonies and rites right in front of us that we probably, don't know, but it means something like nefarious against us. So I'll tell you what. Let me call you tomorrow so we can talk about it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
My brother D'Artagnan. He's quite interesting. Very, very, very interesting stuff right there. All right, we have Byron Connor coming up